Candy.
I'm Alan.
And this is
Life on Mars.
Welcome back to our channel, guys. We're super excited to talk about our favorite Christmas movies with you guys today. Are you ready, Alan?
I am ready. Vlogmas Day 17. Top 5 Christmas movies. We got some fights on the list. You know,
Yes.
Some we agree, some we don't agree. Some that might be on the list together, but might not be in the right places.
Some titles will shock you.
So-
You may be surprised.
So please, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell next to it, hit the like on this video, comment below what is your favorite Christmas movie, and stick around while you're watching this. Agree, disagree, have at it with our lists. This, as always, top 5 lists. This is purely for fun. This is us and our personal enjoyments, and we hope that we can share that with you and that we share some similarities. But
Yes.
don't get too serious about it. We're not doing top basketball players of all time, where people just get way too serious about it.
I don't know about you, but I've never gotten into an argument about the top 5 basketball players ever. Must be a guy thing.
It is
Or
definitely
a sports enthusiast thing.
Yes,
I
a
don't know.
sports thing.
Okay.
But like
Stay
I said, so let's get into the list. I mean, what is better than during the month of December, just cuddling up on the couch in front of the television, putting on a Christmas movie?
There is nothing better.
I mean, the only thing better is having a cup of hot cocoa with it.
I know, which we're missing right now.
We are.
The heck?
We'll have to have some afterwards.
We will. But yeah, we just thought we would share our top 5 Christmas movies. Maybe you agree or disagree with us. You'll have to let us know. Let us know in the comments, obviously. But let's just go ahead and start, right?
As you know, top 5 lists, they're always subjective.
They are subjective.
But I'm going to go bold right off the bat. I'm going to
Okay.
say what's not on my top 5.
What's not on your top 5?
A Christmas Story.
Mine neither. I don't have it on.
I know that'll upset my stepfather.
It's okay. Like, it's not a bad Christmas movie. I think it's fine. I think it's somewhere on the list, but it's definitely not in my top
It
either.
is not in my top 5. I'm sorry. Ralphie getting a Red Ryder BB gun is not the crowning achievement in my Christmas movie list or my desire to go to.
What about A Wonderful Life?
I have not seen It's a Wonderful Life.
I think that one is like very classic, but like, and it's on a lot of people's lists. I don't think it's not on mine. What about like Miracle on 34th Street? I feel like that's a big one that people always talk about. It's not on my list.
And that's the thing is that I remember watching it as a kid, but I don't really remember anything about the movie, so I can't put it in my top 5 if that's the case.
So it's not technically a Christmas movie, but I feel like I want to mention this. This is like an honorary mention of it's on my list, but it's not technically a Christmas movie. It is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. It is technically a Thanksgiving movie because that's when it happens, but it is like one of my favorites, like holiday wise, but it's not in my top 5, but maybe my top 10.
I will mention that it was in consideration of my top 5 as well, but it did not make the list. John Candy, Steve Martin, come on,
It
an
was
epic duo.
so funny. If you have not seen it, highly recommend. I think it's available to rent on Amazon Video. There's other places you can rent it. Seriously, you will. I've never laughed hard in my life. It is so funny. They just make the perfect combo, and there's so many funny scenes in that movie. You just like can't even count, honestly.
The burning car.
Yeah,
I'll leave it at that. So let's get into our top 5 then with number 5.
Enough teasing, right? Yeah.
So let's actually get into the heart of the list. Massively underrated because it has a 15% on Rotten Tomatoes.
What?
But it is the 1996 classic featuring the strongman Arnold Schwarzenegger in Jingle All the Way.
I mean, I don't think I've ever seen that movie ever.
You are missing out. It is
I just
a
can't
hilarious movie.
I can't listen to Arnold Schwarzenegger speak for that long. His voice just kind of grates on me. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, ugh. It's like the Terminator is all I can think about.
And the thing is that it has a wonderful cast. Arnold Schwarzenegger, I know some people don't like his accent, but I absolutely love him as an actor, especially his comedic work is vastly underrated. That Kindergarten Cop are just the main 2 that come off my head when I think about his comedy work.
Really?
Yes. But also Sinbad and the late Phil Hartman as the goody two shoes neighbor husband trying to make a move on Arnold Schwarzenegger's wife, which that is in and of itself a reason that Phil Hartman did a great job as a heel or a villain in the movie. But Arnold Schwarzenegger is trying to make up for being a bad dad by getting that Christmas gift that is the most in demand that year, the Turbo Man action figure. Think basically the dad trying to get the PlayStation 5 this year for his son.
Seriously.
That's essentially the equivalent in this movie. But there are a lot of funny moments in it. I love it. Jim Belushi makes a cameo where him and Arnold Schwarzenegger get into a fight, and that alone is worth the cost of admission for that movie.
Okay, all right, so jingle all the way for you. Number
Yes.
5. All right, I remember my number 5 now. Number 5 for me is the Polar Express. Now, this is like really funny. I don't know why we did this, but apparently when it came out, I was like, I can't remember. I was in elementary school somewhere. Maybe like 5th or 6th grade? Can't remember. But it was a field trip for us to go see it in the movie theater.
Oh, wow.
They rented out the Montrose Theater, which is like a screen theater. It's not like huge or anything. And we went and we got to bring snacks with us. And we went and saw the movie. And I thought I think it's a cute movie. Tom Hanks is obviously a classic. It's very heartwarming. I like the whole entire story. Some people don't love the animation. But I love the music. I think the music's beautiful. I think the soundtrack is awesome. And it's just like a really fun Christmas movie. So,
And
Polar Express.
I will have to admit, I actually have not seen it.
Wait.
I've seen a couple of quick glimpses of it when it was on
Alan,
TV, but I
we
haven't
need a
actually
vacation because we need to watch this movie. The Polar Express is like a classic now. I feel
we
like
will definitely have to watch it here before Christmas.
it's a good one. You'll like it. I think. I mean, if you like Tom Hanks, I feel like you're gonna like it because he kind of plays almost all of the adult characters, which is kind of interesting. It's really fascinating how they do this all. And of course, just, really like that spirit of belief in Christmas. And obviously Josh Groban sings a song and you can't not love that. So that's my number 5.
Another classic. This is more of a legitimate classic. People quote it still to this day. There was a sandwich themed after this movie that we ate earlier this week. Called The Griswold.
Oh, yes!
This
National
is
Lampoons!
Christmas Vacation.
Can you really go wrong with this movie? It's hilarious. It's just like a timelessly funny movie. I don't know. I love that movie. It's a bit nipply outside. I mean, love it.
Bleeps clogged. I'm censoring myself there, but but just the fact that all he wants to do with his Christmas bonus is get a swimming pool, and he can't have that.
I know, it was so disappointing at the end. It was just heartbreaking. Poor Clark.
Why is the floor all wet? I don't know.
Margo.
So plenty of moments in that movie just absolutely
many.
make you laugh. And Chevy Chase, masterclass comedian. So
I was gonna say,
that's
I feel
easily my number
that's
4.
just, to me, that's almost like an accurate depiction of an actual family Christmas time life, because some of them, some movies just glorify the Christmas family dynamic, and I feel like that really just gives you the true family dynamic. The kids necessarily don't want to be with the adults, and they're kind of annoyed by all this and all the relatives, and the relatives are weird as heck, which
Yes.
we all know we have those weird relatives.
We all have a cousin Eddie.
Pretty
We
much.
all do.
It could be an uncle. I mean, somebody in your family's weird, and I just feel like it really captured that, and it's also just obviously hilarious.
And why is the carpet all wet, Todd?
Die Hard. Duh.
Oh.
That was the one why did I forget that? It's such a
Oh.
classic. Listen, okay, so it's number 4 for me. I know that sounds like a little low. I don't think it's a little low. But Die Hard, obviously, it has Christmas in it, and my dad loves that movie. He loves the series. It's a good Christmas movie. And if you haven't watched a Netflix series, movies that made us, and there's also Christmas movies that made us, those are so cool to watch, the behind the scenes of how the movie was made and the story behind the whole story, the story behind the story.
She watched basically the documentary about Die Hard.
It was so cool.
Unfortunately, I was working at the time, so I still got to get caught up and watch that. And I agree with Die Hard. Yes, it is a Christmas movie. I think it's most certainly a Christmas movie. I'm going to leave it at that for now. And number 3, I think you'll have this one higher on your list as well. We have a couple that overlap here.
Uh-huh.
It is Tim Allen,
The Santa Claus.
Yes, the curious case of the Santa Claus with an E. As, you know, he accidentally has Santa slip off his roof. He doesn't kill Santa. Santa slips and falls. He takes the jacket and becomes Santa. And he just watching it now as an adult and how he's perceived as psychotic by his ex-wife and her husband and everyone else around him, as he has to delicately balance the accepting of, you know, actually being Santa Claus and everybody thinking that he's just trying to find a way to keep his son in his life. And that is I think that gets a little too real for me now as an adult, just the balance of, you know, mental health and everything like that, but just so many good lines. And
it's funny and it's classic.
It is hilarious.
Good feeling.
Yeah. And of course the EFLS, the flying elves that come in to save the day there at the end also are excellent.
I was gonna say the part that makes me cry or like tear up a little bit always is the street date game and the Beanie Weenie Whistle.
Yes.
So classic.
And of course you cannot forget Bernard.
No.
And him roasting everybody on poorly cooked turkey.
I mean, he isn't wrong though. He isn't wrong.
Name? Kris Kringle.
For 3, I'm gonna put Elf on my number 3.
I am shocked that this is number 3 and not number 1.
Really?
Given how much you talk about it throughout the year.
I mean, it's a classic Christmas movie now. I mean, like, I just remember, like, I won something, and I won movie tickets, and I got to go see Elf in the movie theater with my dad, and it was, like, just, like, a special memory there. And then every year after that, we watched the movie on Thanksgiving. And the reason why is because we would go to the church on Thanksgiving morning and cook a meal for some people who are less fortunate. We'd eat our own kind of breakfast, like do a little breakfast there, look at all the ads, make the meal, and we'd watch Elf. Like, it was part of like our church youth group thing. Yeah. And we did that for like, I don't know, 5 or 6 years straight. It was always Elf, and we always had like breakfast, and we made a Thanksgiving meal for someone in need and delivered it after we got done with it and everything, and just made their day, and we got to spend time together as a youth group and enjoy watching Elf. And I don't know, it just become kind of a classic for me. Like, now I feel like I need to watch it on Thanksgiving still, and it's you know, people didn't think this was going to be a big movie, but it's just so funny. And like, Will Ferrell, you know, if you don't like him, I mean, I feel like this is the one movie I'd actually like him in. Like, he does a really good job of playing the character of you know, Buddy the Elf, and that innocence and kind of craziness. It's just really hilarious. So
I do not like Elf.
It's okay.
I'm very hit and miss with Will Ferrell, and I might have to give Elf a shot here as an adult because some of his movies have grown on me a little bit since I've become an adult. But I never really got the appeal of the movie as a kid. Maybe that's just the grouch in me. I don't know.
Yeah, you'll have to watch it again. I feel like we'll do that.
You sit on a throne of lies.
So number 2 for me is The Santa Claus. We've already talked about that movie, but to me, that's like one of my favorites growing up. Loved watching Tim Allen. I thought it was so fun. I also really love the soundtrack. They have really good music in that. Good Christmas music in that movie.
It's true.
And yeah, it's just really fun. I think number 2 was a good movie as well from the Santa Claus series. Number 3, absolute trash. Hate that one.
Yeah.
Hate that one. The Jack Frost one just drives me up the wall. The number 2 is still kind of cute. Is it like the greatest sequel ever? No, but then again, sequels are never really as good as the first, so.
Unless you're talking about Star Wars.
Oh yeah, true.
My number 2, the mischievous Kevin McAllister in Home Alone.
Okay, that's definitely a good one. That's in my top 10, definitely.
That's the top 10, yes. And while I know his mischievousness is not intentional to his family, it proves beneficial to him, stopping the wet bandits and, you know, saving his home from being robbed. And, you know, it's just a classic for me. You know, we grew up, you know, with that movie, having Kevin, you know, booby trap his house. Kevin!
Kevin!
The mom realizing that they've left their son back in Chicago when they're in France. That's huge, being all the way across the ocean without their son.
That's wild. I mean, do you think that would actually happen nowadays?
Well, I think a lot of things would have to go just right. I think just like in the movie that they share, power goes out, they lose phone lines. I know there's less communication now because we compared to now with the digital world and internet and everything like that.
What I want to know is how they all slept. Was it they slept in? Right?
Yes. So I remember the power went out overnight. Remember? Right. Thus, all of their alarms lost their time.
But I just want to know, okay, if there are that many kids in the house, how would any of them sleep in? Kids, they get up early. Especially younger ones, right? Like, I feel like there's someone that should have gotten up early. And me, I can't even sleep past, 7 now. Like, of course we're all going to get up. I feel like
you would think some of the kids would be excited about, going on a trip.
Right.
That they wouldn't have slept in.
There's some
pitfalls. Of course, there's some logic, but, that's called movie magic for a reason. You have to suspend your disbelief here and there to get the movie all the way across. But my number one, she mentioned it earlier in her top 5. The Christmas movie. It's not Christmas until Hans Gruber is dropped off the Nakatomi Tower in Die Hard.
It's the Nakatomi Plaza?
Nakatomi Plaza. Sorry, my bad. Having Phil outside as the friendly cop that basically tells all the superiors you're doing things wrong. Mm-hmm. And that made Bruce Willis a star. Yippee-ki-yay.
Absolutely.
With that.
There you go. All right, my number one. I don't know if I guess it's not really a surprise, I don't think, for you. But
no, it's not.
You said you kind of were surprised that
I'm kind of surprised that Elf wasn't the top or Santa Claus. But I know you've talked about this when you have said this is your favorite, so
yes,
it makes it more understandable.
This is a true classic. It's not a 90s classic, it's an actual classic. But White Christmas, Bing Crosby, can you go wrong? I do not think so. It's funny, it's heartwarming, it just warms your heart. It's a beautiful movie, and no one sings White Christmas like Bing Crosby. No one does. And just understanding the origin, the song that they had there, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, being over at war, and then doing that for the general. It's just a really fun. It also has a love story component in it. It's just it's a fun movie, and even though it's so so old, I know people don't think that's super old, but it's older. It's a really good movie. I enjoy it so much.
I was open. My eyes were opened to it after meeting you, and I do agree that it is a good movie, and I would definitely put it into consideration for my top 10 after watching it a couple of times.
I mean, you can't not laugh at Bing Crosby and his fellow companions singing Sisters.
That is a good song and a good scene. I will give you that.
If you haven't watched it, you should definitely watch it. It's available on Netflix. You can get on there and do that.
So there's our top 5.
No Grinch in there.
No How the Grinch Stole Christmas. No Rudolph and the Red-Nosed Reindeer. No Charlie Brown Christmas.
Frosty.
None of the animated Christmas movies.
Although they're all really good, though.
They are good, but not in the top 5 for us. So, do you agree with us? Do you disagree? Let us know in the comments below.
Yes, this is such a good topic.
Even better yet, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? We will go to task and say it is.
Yes, we definitely say it is.
So, with that, let's move on to the Advent calendar.
Day 17 of the Advent calendar, and Kobe is playing.
Kobe is always playing whenever we record, especially when we sit down here to open the calendar.
Always wants to play. He is still a child, so we'll give it a pass, I guess.
I mean, he is 11 months old now as of yesterday.
He's so young.
But anyway, let's move on to the opening. Day 17. So the snowman was 16.
Santa.
Oh, opening the door with Santa on the window.
Yes, sorry. I gotta move it closer to me so I can get it.
Flips up.
And does. Flips up. We've got a little tab on it. There you go. All right, we got a Reese's tree here. The best.
I wonder where I've seen those.
I wonder. That says, Dear Santa on the little card. It says, the mistletoe scoffed at the Christmas tree. You've got a lot of balls coming in here dressed like that. That's pretty funny.
Hey, this is more than a chuckle. This is a genuine laugh. So that is a total success.
It's so stupid. It's funny. You know? Now I gotta be serious and read a Bible verse now. Like, whew. All right. Romans 15:13. May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing, so that by the power of the Holy Spirit you may abound in hope.
Amen.
There you go. Good verse for today. Not sure it matches with the whole joke, but really funny.
The joke happened to just be on today, you know. Of course, Christmas tree with the candy tree. That's what I try to line my notes with.
There you go. All right, stay tuned for what's happening in day 18.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed our top 5 Christmas movies.
And we also hope you enjoyed us playing with Kobe while doing it. Because
no matter what,
Fair.
whenever we record, he wants to play.
he wants to play.
This time he wanted to get a little more hands-on and get his fetch ball. But anyway, we hope you liked this video. Comment below, again, your favorite Christmas movie.
Do you agree with us on ours, or do you agree that one movie is a Christmas movie or not?
Yes, these are all important things that we want you to have at it in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe, watch our other content, and stick with us tomorrow for day 18. This has been Vlogmas Day 17 on Life on Mars. Bye, friends.
Bye, friends.